and 16th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Just like a description of Jambuti. So with that, we will begin chapter 17. The descent of the Mother Ganges. Next one. Shishuka Vacha. Tatra Bhagavata Sakshat Yakmina Viknasya Vishnu Vikramato Vamapada Dushta Nakanirvino Chumanda Tatha Vivranenansaha Pravishtaya Vanyajaladhara Takshana Pankaja Vane Janam Kinjaltapoda Chitakina Jalad Ata Malapago Sparshanamala Sakshat Bhagavati Anupalakshita Vacho Iti Yamana Mahata Kale Yuga Sahastro Palakshade Divo Purti Avatata Yat Tat Vishpadam Sukadeva Goswami said, my dear king, Vishnu, the enjoyer of all sacrifices, appeared as Pawan Dev in the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj. He then extended his red foot to the end of the universe and pierced a hole in its covering. With the nail of his big toe, through the hole, the pure water of the coastal ocean entered the universe as Ganges River. Having washed the lotus feet of the Lord, which are covered with reddish powder, the water of the Ganges acquired a very beautiful pink color. Every living being can immediately purify his mind of material contamination by touching the transcendental water of the Ganges. Yet its waters remain ever pure. Because the Ganges directly touches the lotus feet of the Lord. Before descending within the universe, she is known as Vishnu Padi. Later, she received other names like Jahnavi and Bhagirathi. After 1000 millenniums, the water of the Ganges descended to Dhruvalok, the topmost planet in this universe. Therefore, all learned sages and scholars proclaim the Dhruvalok to be the Vishnu Pad, situated on Lord Vishnu's lotus feet. In this verse, Sukadeva Goswami describes the picture of the river Ganges. The water of the Ganges is called Patita Pavani, the deliverer of all the sinful living beings. It is a proven fact That a person who regularly bathes in the Ganges is purified both externally and internally. Externally, his body becomes immune to all kinds of disease, and internally, he gradually develops a devotional attitude towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Throughout India, many thousands of people live on the banks of the Ganges, and by regularly bathing in the water, they are undoubtedly being purified both materially and spiritually. Many sages, including Shankaracharya, have composed prayers in praise of the Ganges, and the land of India itself has become glorious because such rivers as Ganges, Yamuna, Godavari, Kaveri, Krishna, Narmada flow. Anyone living on the land adjacent to these rivers is naturally advanced in spiritual consciousness. Srila Madhvacharya explains, Varahe Vamakudantu Tadanye Dakshinam Padam Kalpeshu Bhagavan Ujjahara Trivikrama. Standing on his right foot and extending his leg against the universe, Lord Vaman became known as Trivikrama, incarnation who performed three heroic deeds. The Lord arranges profuse facilities for the devotees to get purified. So the descent of other gain is the plan of the Supreme Lord. And the Lord, from Lord Vamandev becoming Trivikrama, accomplished this task. So, how the Lord makes such beautiful arrangements for the purification of every living entity. Prabhupada is highlighting on this point that just by the presence of other Ganges, so many people get purified. So, Prabhupada is saying even in India, you see thousands of people are staying on a branch of other Ganges. And just because they're staying next to Ganges, they're getting purified. In the same way, in spirit, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted a preaching center in every town and village. Not metro and district, town and village. We see just the presence of the temple can be purified. Presence of the temple can be purified because whenever the Lord is, whenever the temple of the Lord is established, immediately it gives opportunities for the people nearby to very easily connect. Therefore, we see that the nearby people stand to benefit a lot. So they keep coming. Like here we see also many nearby people are getting benefited just because we have a presence here. And because of benefit, their spiritual life yeah, proceed and progress. So if we are staying near, we stand to benefit a lot. So the temple is also where the mercy of the Lord flows. That's the point. We see this in Newtown also. So many villagers around, they stand to benefit a lot because of the presence of temple now. Every day they are flocking around. Similarly, the societies who are nearby, they stand to benefit a lot. Anytime walking, strolling around, they can reach. That's the point. Shri Jagannath Baldev, Sudarshan Maharaj, Shri Prabhupada ki. So we see also, similarly, we see also in ISKCON Boston, because the temple is very close to so many colleges. At least four colleges are very near. IIT, Howard, Boston University, and Northeastern. So all these students, anytime they are coming to the temple, they are visiting the temple. And if they're nicely treated, they may even register for the programs. And they may even take books. So, so wherever there is this, the point is, this is a devotee's consciousness. When Maharaj Bhagirath was doing the tapasya and he wanted to gain this, this is what he wanted. The people get spiritual. They get an opportunity for getting that spiritual interface. And the temple also uh, does the same thing. So many people get benefited by that. And that's why Prabhupada wanted a temple. Srila Prabhupada speaking to Devamrit Maharaj of Scotty. So he gave Maharaj a report about the New Zealand teaching. Prabhupada said there should be a temple in every village of New Zealand. Maharaj said in one village of New Zealand, only 2,000 people stay, max. Prabhupada said 2,000 people, they should be a temple. So the idea is the opportunity to connect, get purified. And that's why our thought process should be in an expansion mode always, because that gives opportunity for more and more and more people to connect. Asha Prabhupada had a vision for 10 temples to Calcutta. What's the problem? They have only one temple. Only nearby people will come more. Far off people will not be able. That's the problem. But 10 temples, many more people can connect to the nearby temple. Like that is, they have 18 temples. So the idea is why not only one temple in Delhi? Then only a very small patch of people will be able to go on a regular. So we have to work in terms of increasing the opportunity for people to connect. Let's read further. यत्र औतन पादी परम भगवतोस्मात् कुलदेव शरणारविन्दोदकम् इति यम् अनुसारणम् उत्कृष्यमान् भगवते योगेन दृढम् विद्यमानान्तर्हृदया औतकण्ठया विवाशामिलितलोचन युगलकुर्माल गलितमालपस्व मलयापि यजमानारोहपुलका पुलको मुद्गुणापि परमादरेण शिरसा बिभर्ति. Dhruva Maharaj, the famous son of Maharaj Manapad, is known as the most exalted devotee of the Supreme because of his firm determination in executing devotional service. Knowing that the sacred Ganges water washes the lotus feet of the Lord, Dhruva Maharaj given it on his own planet. To this very day accepts that water on his head with great devotion. Because he constantly thinks of Krishna very devotedly within the core of his heart. He is overcome with ecstatic. Anxiety. Tears flow from his half open eyes and eruptions appear on his entire body. When a person is firmly fixed in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is described as Veeravrataha, fully determined. Such a devotee increases his devotional ecstasy more and more. Thus, as soon as he remembers Lord Vishnu, his eyes fill with tears. This is a symptom of Mahabhagavad. Dhruva Maharaj maintained himself in that devotional ecstasy, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave us a practical example of transcendental ecstasy when he lived at Jagannath Puri. His pastimes there are narrated fully in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So here in the example of Dhruv Maharaj, so how is constantly thinking of Krishna and accepting the blessings in the water from the games? And Prabhupada was saying such a person is firmly fixed in devotional spirit, he can give up or postpone the demands of the senses. Yeah, let's read further. अतः सप्तऋषयस्तत्प्रभाववित् यं ननु तपसा अज्ञानिकी सिद्धि एतवाति भगवते सर्वात्मनि वासुदेव अनुपरत भक्ति योग लभेनैवोपेक्षिता यात्मात्मगतयो मुनिम् इव गतम् मोक्षवतिः सबौमानम् यदि जातचुते तथा उत्पन्न. The seven great sages, that is Marichi, Vasishtha, Atri, and so on, reside on planets beneath the Dhruva. Well aware of the influence of the water of Ganges. To this day, they keep Ganges water on the tufts of their hair. Well aware of the influence of the water of the Ganges, to this day, they keep Ganges water on the tufts of the hair. They have concluded that this is the ultimate wealth, the perfection of all austerities, and the best means of prosecuting transcendental life. Having obtained the uninterrupted devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Having obtained uninterrupted devotional service to the Supreme Lord, they neglect all other beneficial processes like religion, economic development, sense gratification, and even merging into the Supreme. Just as Jnanis think that merging into the existence of the Lord is the highest good, these seven exalted personalities accept devotional service as the perfection of life. Mm. But transcendentalists are divided into two primary groups: the Nirvisheshvadis, impersonalists, and the Bhaktas, the devotees. The impersonalists do not accept spiritual varieties. They want to merge into the existence of the Supreme Lord, as Brahman feature, Brahma Jyoti. The devotees, however, desire to take part in the transcendental activities of the Supreme Lord. The devotees, however, desire to take part in the transcendental activities of the Lord. The upper planetary system, the topmost planet is Dhruva being Dhruva, there are seven planets occupied by great sages, beginning with Maricha, Vashishta, and Atreya. All these sages regard devotion or service as the highest perfection of life. Therefore, they all carry the holy water of the Ganges on their heads. This verse proves that for one who has achieved the platform of pure devotional service, nothing else is important. Even in so-called liberation Bible, Srila Swami states that only by achieving pure devotional service can one give up other engagements is insignificant. Prabhupada answers, we confirm the statement as follows. Vidashpura Durgandindriya Sarvapatli Prokhanam Shraye Vishwam Purna Sukhaye Vidhi Mahendradi Saketa Karunya Kataksha Vaibhavata Tam Gaurame Vastumaha Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has perfectly initiated and broadcast the process of Bhakti Yoga. Consequently, for one who is taking shelter at the lotus feet of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the highest perfection of the Mayavadi is Kevalya. So, for one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the highest perfection of the Mayavadi, that is the Kaivalya, or becoming one with the Supreme, is considered hellish. To say nothing of the Karmi's aspiration to be promoted to the heavenly planets. Devotees consider such goals to be worthless, phantasmagoria. There are also yogis who try to control the senses, but they can never succeed without coming to the stage of devotional service. The senses are compared to poisonous snakes, but the senses of a Buddha engage in the service of the Lord are like snakes with their poisonous fangs. The yogi tries to suppress his senses, and even great mystics like Vishwamitra fail in that attempt. Vishwamitra was conquered by his senses when he was captivated by Menaka during his meditation. She later gave birth to Shakuntala. The wisest persons of the world, therefore, are the yogis, as the Lord confirms in Bhagavad Gita 647. Yoginam Visarvesham Madhyate Antaratmanah Shraddhavan Bhajate Yama Same Yuktamo Matah. Of all the yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Yes. Srila Prabhupada is stressing on the point that one who has attained a devotional service of the Lord, nothing is impossible for such a person. Gochan Nitan, we don't remember. Yeah, you tell him. So Prabhupada is stressing that how Bhakti Yoga is a perfection because one who has attained to this process of Bhakti Yoga, for such a person, even liberation is a hellish. The entire promise of this material world appears to be a phantasmagoria of such a person because he has attained to the process of Bhakti Yoga. So in the Shastras it is explained that the glories of the Lord coming out from the mouth of the great devotees of God is also compared to the Amrita of Mother Ganges. And therefore, practicing sadhaka should keep this, should maintain the flow of this Ganges, transcendental Ganges of the holy glories of the Lord in one's heart always. So there is one aspect, specifically staying here. Here we see that these sages, they're keeping the water of the Ganges on their head and holding them under the water to their head. So now there's one thing which is being so this is gross or external. But in the cell way also, we remember the words of the Supreme God or the glories of the devotees, the glories of the Lord sung by the devotees of the Lord. That is also considered as equivalent to taking a bath in the Ganges. So hearing Krishna Katha, equivalent to Ganges bath. Shastra explained that. And therefore, a devotee's aspiration is to always hear more and more, is to always get drowned more and more in Krishna Katha in the association of devotees. So we hear that how the lotus feet of the Lord, Brahmaji holds very dear to his heart. The Lord Shiva is meditating, he is getting his Shivatva power. The Brahma Samhita Lord Brahmaji is explaining how even Lord Ganesh is holding the lotus feet of the Lord in his heart, Lord Nrsimha. And from there, getting the powers to bring Vignahatta. The Bhavajana Vignahatta, Lord Nrsimha. So, this holding, bearing, the lotus feet of the Lord in the heart is explained in Shastra very places. And the meaning of it is to hold the divine instructions or the words of glorification of the Lord coming to the mouth of the devotee. The straightforward. Ano anika sahasrapoti vimanahi Sankula Devayananavar Antindu Mandalam Ava Avaraya Brahma Sadane Nipapati Nipatani Nipatati. After purifying the seven planets near Dhruvaloka, pole star, the Ganges water is carried through the spaceways of the demigods in billions of celestial airplanes. Then it inundates Chandraloka and finally reaches Lord Brahma's abode atop Mount Meru. We should always remember that Ganges River comes from the cosmos beyond the covering of the universe. After the water of the costal ocean leaks through the hole created by Lord Vamandev, it flows down to the Huluka. The pole star at the end of the seven planets beneath the Huluka. Then it is carried to the moon by innumerable celestial airplanes. And it falls to the top of Mount Meru, which is known as Sumeru Parvat. So Mount Meru is also known as Sumeru Parvat. Now, in this way, the water of the Ganges finally reaches the lower planets, the peaks of the Himalayas, and from there it flows through Haridwar throughout the plains of India, purifying the entire land. How Ganges water reaches the various planets from the top of the universe. Celestial airplanes carry the water from the planets of the sages to the planets. So-called advanced scientists of the modern age are trying to go to higher planets, but at the same time they are experiencing a power shortage on Earth. If they were actually capable scientists, they could personally go by airplane to other planets because they're unable to do so. Having now given up their moon excursions, they're attempting to go to other planets, but without success. So here it is explained, but again it features the heavenly planets, and from there it is physically transported. The entire game is water is physically transported. Hmm? Again, is water is physically transported through airways, aircrafts. It is transported, and that is how it reaches where it is where the heavenly planets, as I say, Chandraloka. And from there are these spaceships or airplanes which transported to uh, Sumeru. And from there it comes down the Himalayas, Bengal. Yes. Also this water. Yes. What is Viraja River? Same. Let's read further. Text 5. चत्र चतुर्चतुर्धा तत्र चतुर्धा विद्यमानं चतुर्भिर्नामपि चतुर्दिशम् अभिस्पन्दन्ति नादनादिपतिम् एवाभिनिवसति शीतलाकानन्दशूर्णकृति. On top of Mount Meru, the Ganges is divided into four branches, each of which gushes in a different direction. These branches are known as Shita, Alakananda, Chakshu, and Bhadra, and they flow down the ocean. Sitatu, Brahma, Sadana, Kesara, Chala, Girishakare, Yo, Yo, Ha, Prashravanti, Gandaman, Patitvantarena, Bhadrasvavarsham, Prakyam, Dishi, Sharasamudram, Abhipravishati. The branch of the Ganges known as Shita flows through Brahmapuri atop Mount Meru, and from there it runs down to the nearby peaks of Kesarachal Mountains, which stand almost as high as Mount Meru itself. These mountains are like a bunch of filaments around the Mount Meru. From the Kesarachal mountain, the Ganges falls to the peak of Gandhamadana mountain, then flows into the land of Bhadrasvarsha. Finally, it reaches the ocean of salt water in the west. This Mount Meru then is coming out. We decided that because it has not is represented easily to be or be higher than how Rupa is that the overall sense of direction. This can be a motion in the east, but if the motion is like this, like this, like this, like this, that is also east. And the motion is this way, then 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 this way, that is also east. Understand? So similarly, uh, we can the description is mapping the description of the Jayamudi. So the description is in terms of isomorphic projections. And this description also matching. So that means this is again projection motion. Overall, it is going towards east west north. It may enter and come out of other dimensions, but it's actually moving that way. That's the point. So higher dimensional existence will not affect the directionality. So the directionality is anyways a function. Just like sometimes there is a double decker bus. So if you're sitting on the ground floor of that or first floor of that, doesn't matter. You're going to the same destination. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Still doesn't matter. You still reach the same destination. So directionality can still be there, even for a higher dimension. Like a double decker bus is a higher dimension than a single decker bus. But both sides following the same direction. It takes 7. एवं मलय चित्राणां निष्पतन्ते ततो अनुपरतवेग केतुमान् अपि चक्षु प्रतीच्य दिशि सरित्पतिम्. The branch of the Ganges known as Chakshu falls under the summit of Malyavan mountain and from there cascades onto the land of Ketumala Prashna. The Ganges flows incessantly through Ketumala and this way also reaches the ocean of salt water in the west. So this is Chakshu, which goes to Ketumala. भद्राचोतरतो मेरुशिरशो निपतित गिरिशिखरम् आतिहया शृङ्गतः शृङ्गात् आवश्यान्तमान्तरान् गुरून् अभीत् उदीच्य दिशि च रतिम् अभिप्रविशति. The branch of the Ganges known as Bhadra flows to the north side of Mount Meru. Its water falls on the peaks of Kumudar Mountain, Nila, Shweta, Shringavan mountains, etc. It then runs down into the province of Kuru. Then after crossing to that land, it flows into the saltwater ocean in the north. So this is Bhadra. Then it goes into the province of Kuru. Next line. तथैव लकान् दक्षिणेन ब्रह्मसदनात् पवनगिरि भूतानि अतिक्रम्य हेमकुता दैमतुकतानि अतिरभा रवसातरा रमसा लूथयन्ति भारतम् अभिवर्षम्. दक्षिणास्यां दिशि जलधिम् अभिप्रविशति यस्यम् स्नानार्थं यागच्छता पुंसा पदे पदे स्वमेधराट् सूर्यादीनां फलं न दुर्लभम् इति. Similar to the branch of the Ganges known as Alakananda flows to the southern side of Brahmapuri, the Brahmasadan. Passing over the tops of mountains in various lands, falls down a fierce force upon the peaks of the mountain Hemakuta and Himakuta. After inundating the tops of these two mountains, the Ganges flows down on the tract of land known as Bharatvarsha, where she also inundates. Then the Ganges flows into the ocean of salt water from Saba. Persons who come to bathe in this river are fortunate. It is not very difficult for them to achieve. With every step, the results of performing great sacrifices like the Rajasuya and Ashwamedh. The place where the Ganges flows into the salt water of the Bay of Bengal. So that place is still called as Ganga Sagar, or the meeting place of the Ganges in the Bay of Bengal. On Makar Sankranti, in the month of January, February, thousands of people still go there to bathe, hoping to be liberated. Now, they can actually be liberated in this way is confirmed here. For those who bathe in the Ganges at any time, the results of great sacrifices like Ashwamedh and Rajasvi Yajna are not at all difficult to achieve. Most people in India are still inclined to bathe in the Ganges. There are many places where they can do so. At Prayag, Allahabad, many thousands of people gather during the month of January to bathe in the confluence of Ganga and Yamuna. So afterward, many of them go to the confluence of Bay of Bengal and the Ganges to take bath there. This is a special facility for all people in India that they can bathe in the water of the Ganges at so many places of people. The uh, the nomenclature which which traditionally people use at Badrikashram about Bhagirathi, Alaknanda, uh, Ganges may not exactly match the description which is given in the Shastras. Because so therefore the branches of Ganges, Alaknanda, and there is Bhagirathi. But this Alaknanda, what you're talking about is the Bharatvarsha Alaknanda. So which is still heavenly, which is still not reached earth, which is still heavenly. So, so those descriptions, these descriptions will not exactly match because these descriptions may keep changing as per the conditions of the people. So here we see here that Prabhupada is saying that okay, in the tradition, so many people are going to take a bath in Ganges, Allahabad. Prabhupada is saying, okay, so here in this verse, they said that all such people are purified simply by taking bath. So, that's true. Simply by taking bath, one can purify. So this appears to be very encouraging because this appears to be very passive. Okay, you just go and situate yourself and you purify. So this appears to be interesting and passive and easy to perform. In the same way, we see spirituality per se is also very easy. All what one has to do is to accept. The mercy is coming once. Mercy is coming short. Only at accept. That is also passive only. We sit down, open up our hearts, just accept whatever katha we are hearing. So that's like that's purifying, and it is more purifying. Similarly, the instructions coming in our life, we just open up our heart and accept it. We can purify our hearts. So we just have to accept. That's all. It's a conscious, very important process. All we need to is accept and just be there in that flow. Very purifying. Very purifying. Yesterday's festival, where was there? Would have been so deeply touched and inspired because they were just the recipients of so much potency, so much of Lord's mercy. The very presence of Lord Bhakti Vasudev, Bhakti Ashraya Vaishnav Swami Maharaj. So purifying. That is the point. This is the crux of bhakti. You simply accept. The potency is there in the process. The inspiration is there in the process. But we do not make ourselves available. And we stand to starve. And we stand to get infected. That is the point. Process of bhakti is simple for the simple. That means for one who is available, wherever the mercy is being distributed, such a person will never find any skill set. One who is not available, it doesn't have any substance. That's the point. Let's read further. अन्ये च नादयश्च वर्षे वर्षे शान्ति बहुशो मेरवादिगिरि दुहितरा सतसः. Many other rivers, both big and small, flow from the top of Mount Meru. These rivers are like daughters of the mountain and they flow to the various tracts of land in hundreds of branches. Yeah, so the mountain Meru already had so many rivers. They said daughter of the mountain is originating from the mountain. I mean, they're like daughters of the mountain. So, but again, is descending because of prayer. I mean, because of Lord's intervention, she's descending into these 7 planets. Next 11. तत्रापि भारतम् एव वर्षं कर्मक्षेत्रम् अन्यानि 8 वर्षाणि स्वर्गिना पुण्यशेषो उपभोगा स्थानानि Bhaumani Swargapadani Vypadishanti. Among the 9 Varshas, a tract of land known as Bharat Varsha is understood to be the field of fruitive activity. Learned scholars and saintly persons declare the other 8 Varshas to be meant for very highly elevated pious persons. So we are in our place, foreign place. Already jail. No, already.
ऑफर हो गया क्या?
After returning from the planets, they enjoy the remaining results of their pious activities. In these 8 earthly Varshas.
ठीक है महाप्रसाद
So many planets like the Swarga is like 500 rupee note.
मेरे को मिले थे क्या?
The denomination of 500 rupee. So then after that remains. So then these 8 Varshas like 100 rupees still enjoy, has some currency remaining. Currency remaining. Then the family of Brahmanas is like so like that the denomination results of the pious activities. Yes. Purport. The heavenly planets of enjoyment are divided into 3 groups: the celestial heavenly planets, the heavenly planets of Earth, and the Pila heavenly planets found in the lower regions. Among these 3 classes of heavenly places, Bhauma Swarga Padani, the heavenly places on the earth are 8 Varshas other than Bharat Varsha. Only Bharat Varsha is the notorious Varsha. In Bhagavad Gita 9:21, Krishna says, She Nipunya Marte Lokam Vishanti. When the persons living in the heavenly planets exhaust the results of the pious activities, they return to this earth. In this way, they are elevated to the heavenly planets. And then they again fall to the earthly planet. This process known as Brahmanda Brahmite, wandering up and down throughout the universe. Those who are very intelligent, in other words, those who have not lost their intelligence, do not involve themselves in the process of wandering up and down. They take to the devotional service so that they can ultimately penetrate the covering of the universe and enter into the spiritual kingdom. Then they are situated on one of the planets known as Vaikuntha Loka, still higher, Krishna Loka, Goloka, Vrindavan. A devotee never caught in the process of being promoted to heavenly planets and again coming down. Therefore, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Irupa Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Guru Krishna Prasad Paye Pilatami. Among all living entities wandering out the universe, one who is most fortunate comes in contact with the representative Supreme Personality of God, and thus gets the opportunity to execute devotional service. Those who are sincerely seeking the favor of Krishna come in contact with the Guru, a bona fide representative of Krishna. Mayavadi is indulging in mental speculation, and the karmis deciding the results of their actions cannot become gurus. A guru must be a direct representative of Krishna who distributes the instructions without any change. Thus, only the most fortunate persons come in contact with the guru, as confirmed in the Vedic scriptures. Tad Vignana Guru One has to search out a guru to understand the affairs of the spiritual world. Srimad Bhagavatam also confirms this point. Tasman Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shreyavtama. One who is very interested in understanding the activities of the spiritual world must search out the guru, a bona fide representative of Krishna. From all angles of vision, therefore, the word guru is especially meant for representative of Krishna and no one else. Quran says that but not a Vaishnava, representative of Krishna cannot be a guru. Even the most qualified Brahmana cannot become a guru. If he is not a representative of Krishna, Brahmanas are supposed to acquire 6 kinds of auspicious qualities. They become very learned scholars. They become very qualified teachers.
Krishna,
They become expert in worshiping the Lord or the demigod, Yajan. And they teach others how to execute this worship, Yajan. They qualify themselves as bona fide persons to receive alms from others, Pratikgaha, and they distribute the wealth in charity, Dana. Yet even a Brahmana possessing these qualifications cannot become a guru unless he is a representative of Krishna. Guru Nasya. Vaishnava Supacha Guru. But a Vaishnava, bona fide representative, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, can become a guru even if he's Swapacha, member of the family of Daukitas, of the 3 divisions of heavenly planets. Swarga, Bhaumya is still accepted. Bhaumya Swarga is sometimes accepted as a tract of land in Bharatvarsha, known as Kashmir. So this is 10 rupee, 20 rupee note. In this region, certainly good facilities for mental sense enjoyment, but that is not the business of a pure transcendentalist. Rupa Goswami described the engagement of pure transcendentalists as Anya Abhilashita Shunya Jnana Karmanyana Malupunyena Krishnanushilana Bhaktiruttama. One should render transcendentalist living service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead favorably and without the desire for material profit. Or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. This is pure devotional service. Those who engage in this devotional service to Krishna just to please him are not interested in the 3 divisions of heavenly planet, Divya, Swarga, Bhaumya, Swarga, and Girvas. So Srila Prabhupada is explaining here that you see there are these 3 Swargas, but one may keep doing up and down to all these Swargas. So an intelligent person does not waste his time in all this. Such kind of intelligence is awakened by the mercy of the spiritual master. And that is where Prabhupada starts speaking about the Guru. The Guru has to be representative of Krishna. He cannot be a person as Mayavadi. The Guru is a bona fide representative of Krishna. Never mind what kind of body, what kind of caste. That's what it means. So here it is explained that one actually cannot get out of this up and down, tossing up and down. The Puranas describe the story of Trishanku. Our case also like that only up and down, up and down, up and down, keep tossing. One actually cannot get out of this cycle. It's not so easy. Only by the mercy of a bona fide devotee of the Lord is possible. So if we simply, so therefore a sincere disciple, sincere devotee never wants to forget the remembrance of his spiritual master, and in that way he's forever holding on to the Lord's feet of the spiritual master. That is the point. So through the spiritual master, it's transferred to blessings are flowing, which can result in breaking free of the bonds of this material world. So that's why devotee never changes after this Swarga and the Bhaumin Swarga and Bilva Swarga. For a devotee, Lord Sri of the Spiritual Master, these lotus feet carry the devotee up to the spiritual world. Yes. Yes. So, therefore, that one's intelligence is dawned, that is a great mercy. That one is able to think. You see, by association, intelligence will develop, and once intelligence develops, that one will not want to involve himself in the process of wandering up and down. Such a person doesn't want to simply wander up and down. Is wandering up and down. Yeah. So let's stop here for today. Yes, basically, that's it. Yes. That's basically by holding on to the instructions of the specialist, by striving to fulfill or contribute to the mission of the specialist. That's the most important. Okay, so let's stop here for the Grantharaj Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Prabhupada Ki Jai.